something I can see turning out of that black hole, two luminous discs. The eyes, it might be a face, might be almost but heavens, something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. Oh, yeah, I can see the thing's body now. It's large as a bear. It glistens like wet leather, but that face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black, and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is a kind of V-shape with saliva dripping from its rimless lips and seem to quiver and pulsate.
The attic storage room is dry and without life, just cascading canvas hanging off of old wood furniture, broken bar stool legs, a shattered plastic Adirondack chair, and rusted license plates, piles of unopened crates. A single black candle sits on a silvery plate in the half-darkness with only fractional beams of dull light filtering through a gauzy curtain. A biting winter wind cuts through the broken window near the candle, tossing that curtain closer to the burning wick. The flame, however, doesn't move. When we last left our adventurers, you did some breaking and entering, so that could describe virtually any chapter of this campaign.
Okay,
but you did some breaking and entering.
We mostly
now,
just
in our
entered.
defense, there was a while where we were bad at breaking and entering.
This is true.
So we weren't doing stuff then.
That's true. And actually, you know what? Never mind. I was going to say you didn't break and enter in chapter 1, but yes, you did. Because Jules famously ripped that, or not ripped, kicked in the giant gate at the thing-a-madoodle.
Yes, she very much did.
I don't think I was ever really clear on what exactly that was, but it was meant to be like an old...
So technically we didn't break and enter. That wasn't us.
Yeah, you two can't be pressed for that crime.
That's right.
For that crime. And Jules has probably been.
Look,
she's fine.
It's redacted.
She's fine.
It's been redacted for the safety of all involved.
She has a new identity and lives in Ohio now. Oh, sorry. I can send her somewhere. I can send her somewhere.
I was gonna say that's like oof, duh.
I'll send her to a nicer state.
Oh, good. Okay.
I mean, if you want to avoid people, that's not a bad one.
Anyway, when we last left our investigators, the two of you had allowed yourself into the Lakeside bar and restaurant while it was understaffed, by which I mean empty, and proceeded to kind of investigate the upper floor, which you were previously unable to investigate directly on account of the kind of entity of the deep and darkness that prevented you from going any further down that hallway. You peeked into a number of the rooms up here, including into Macy's bedroom and home office, but it is in this final room up in the corner that you encountered another one of these lit candles on a silvery plate, perhaps raising further questions about just what these candles are for.
It is certainly doing that. I don't think Alistair is squinting quite as hard at that. I think he's looking contemplative in kind of a blank way. I, however, am squinting so hard I'm worried about like my glasses poking me in the eyeball. So I scrunch my nose up as far as it can possibly go. Well, that's same deal. This is
what I would say.
This candle is, burning without appearing to consume the wick, and has no identifying marks. If I take a pretty close look, does it seem to be identical in all respects to the one in the church basement?
Sure, identical with all respects.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I guess, Saint, is there a traditional number of candles for... If it... 2 would imply to me the existence of perhaps some sort of ritually significant number of others.
I am making such a face right now. And the faces, I don't fucking know.
You make shit up, dude. I don't know either. I don't know dick squat.
I mean, my instinct says 3. Since that is such a traditional number for so many things, and also that's the witching hour is 3 a.m. So I don't know if you want me to roll a lore to confirm that and what Saint would know, because that's just me fucking guessing.
I roll? Wait, hang on. I'm really good at lore.
You're really good at lore. Maybe you should fucking check.
I really need to swap my skills around.
I'd say either of you are welcome to do so.
Okay. Why don't we both?
Yeah, let's. I feel like our
we're approaching from
knowledge
different
bases
perspectives.
are so different that me asking questions, not remembering this is literally my best skill. Okay, that is. Well, that's 1 positive, 1 negative, and 2 neutrals for a flat dice roll, which gives me a 4.
Oh no, only one of the better results.
I did significantly worse. I rolled 3 negatives and a positive for a -2 plus my 2, which is just a 0.
So I suppose I ask this question, and then when Saint perhaps does not immediately elaborate, start kind of rattling off what I can remember to see if it jogs his memory about anything.
You have perhaps read books as part of your training around the idea of maybe superstitions that involve creating like protective areas around certain things, or either as like a shield or a containment of something inward. Okay. A shield outward or a containment inward. Obviously, there's varying cultural practices across the world about that sort of thing, but, you've heard of these kind of things being made with all sorts of, say, trivial objects, whether it's, something hanging from the eaves of a building or candles, like in the case that you've seen before you. There are a number of, again, variations around the world, but I think you've read most commonly that it's somewhere around 5. Pentagons are very common.
Ah, I see. Okay, that makes sense. So
that was my second guess, but if it's not, unless sorry, are you saying that out loud to the class?
Yes. I think I was trying to decide if I wanted to restate that. But I think Alistair kind of stops and it says something to the effect of that for containment or protection from outside forces, 5 seems to be a traditional number across a number of different disciplines, so to speak. That being said, this doesn't seem like the sort of thing that you would be mass producing, as opposed to like the kind of charm that one might use more liberally, something that doesn't require a lot of they're not labor, something like this seems a lot more labor intensive. I don't think this is and everybody has one in their house.
No. What I'm thinking is either these places specifically have been pulled into kind of something, so there's not actually needs to be a specific number, or, and this is where I would pull out a map of the town if I had one, but I'll pull up an overview of the town on Google Maps or whatever on my phone, and say I wonder if perhaps they're placed in specific spots, right? I was thinking 3, because that is that, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother, Maiden, Crone, that is a number that comes up a decent amount also. But if we're looking at 5 and we're thinking potentially a pentagram, I wonder if perhaps these candles are placed in specific locations to try and create that shape across the town.
Also, you can get a pack of 5 haunted candles from Target. It's not that big of a deal.
It's easy. You can get a pack of 6, even.
The-
Just go to Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, you know, in case you, like, fuck up the incantation and one of them blows up.
So we know there's a candle here in front of us to set the scene. So you remember where we are. There's the one in the church. Bet you dollars to donuts there's one in Phil's. And there might be one on the piling. Oh, I don't know. Where would the 5th one be? A trailer park?
I'm struggling to think of any other locations in town that Phil had such an intense tie to.
I mean, did he have an intense connection with the... I don't know if we're approaching this from, you know, it may not be places with an intense emotional... did he have a connection with the piling? I mean, maybe because it's in the lake, but...
Perhaps not.
You know,
And
who knows?
I can't say without a different kind of detailed map, but... Sorry, Ben, did we establish that Lake Arkansas is a man-made lake, or...
No.
Okay.
Natural... Hey, you know what? I'll say you found this in that survey book.
It is a naturally occurring body of water.
Naturally occurring.
Okay. It's difficult to say without a different set of mapping parameters, but it's possible that there was some kind of sandbar or other formation of the lake bed that would have necessitated Phil sort of, and I'm kind of tracing, like, if he was going a straight shot from his boathouse directly to the dock in front of the bar, he wouldn't come close to the piling. But, I mean, he clearly did the night he died. It's difficult to say whether that was his usual route. Or
Yeah,
if
the
for
question
some
is,
reason
why
something
was he
took him off
there?
course. On the other hand, it's entirely possible that there is some kind of sandbar or other formation on the lake bed that would have necessitated him taking something other than the most direct route. And therefore it's possible that he passed that piling every day. On the other hand, if we're going based on geography, the logical place for a 5th candle would be somewhere in that southeast corner of the lake.
Like near the gas station?
Yes.
My other suggestion is potentially it's in the trailer park in the home of someone he was close with.
And a list of possible candidates for that might be a question for your cousin.
Or Lefty.
Or Lefty.
I mean, secondarily, the list of possible subjects for that might be the whole damn town. But
Indeed.
I'm so worried we're gonna have a fake out where my cousin was in on it. So I am not trusting him as much as I think Saint maybe would. Which is something I need to work
we're gonna
on.
have to Columbo reveal your cousin.
I know. Shit.
Now, obviously, I'm not trying to plant any sort of seeds of doubt. I simply do want to say I would do that, wouldn't I?
Yes!
Yes! You definitely would. That would
also
not be out of the question at all.
No, we'll one thing at a time. Lefty's also going to be available sooner, I think. So, okay. Order of operations. Also, how the fuck are we going to get a boat?
It hasn't been that long since this was at least a minor water recreation destination. I would imagine someone has something we can rent or borrow.
The boys buy a boat.
Again, another question for
Facebook
Lefty or,
Marketplace. Oh, that too. Duh. Okay, let's finish checking this out before we do our next things. I think
while we have access to
this area,
while we have access here, we should make a more thorough search.
Agreed.
I'd like to start opening boxes, maybe? I'd like to... Okay, can I, without touching anything right away, can I look for anywhere that the dust has perhaps been disturbed more recently?
I'm going to say that this room looks to be largely untouched based off of your estimations, that you're just kind of looking around this room and it's clear that things have piled up over the years. And that just anything that's kind of broken or whatnot gets tossed in here. Like, truly, this is the kind of storage that's just like, it's discarded. It should have gone in the dumpster. So people aren't coming up here with any frequency, and it doesn't look like there's anything that people kind of need up here. So this place looks really untouched. Something you perhaps didn't notice before, but do because of the angle that you are standing at now. I'll remind you that you kind of stepped in to the room a little bit and you saw this candle. It's almost in a bit of an alcove created by the stacks of boxes.
Okay.
When you turn back around to take a look around the room, you do see a not towering, but substantially tall, flat surface upon which a large sheet or piece of canvas has been draped over.
Oh, there's a creepy mirror under there.
Hell yeah, the boys go to the Mirrorverse. Let's go!
We are now playing Echni Ixarap.
I love this
Yes,
for us.
well done.
And yes, I
Nicely
did write that down.
Hell yeah. Nicely done.
Wrote it down, wrote the real name of the show, reversed it, and then wrote it out phonetically in a way I could pronounce it at a glance.
There you go. That's
Oh, see here, I was thinking you just did that off the dome. I was ready to be really
Matty,
impressed.
I'm truly not that smart.
You should have just lied.
I would have believed you.
Cut it from the episode.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Well, shoot. I will sort of point that out to Saint.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if I had to guess, there's probably a standing mirror under there, which seems a bit incongruous with the rest of the junk in here. I suppose unless it's broken, but doesn't look like it.
Well, let's find out.
So Alistair will, pick his way through the boxes, careful to disturb everything as little as possible, and kind of hold a hand up as ready to reaching to pull the sheet off and kind of look over at Saint for is there any reason, giving him a little bit of that, is there any reason I shouldn't fuck around with this look?
If you get possessed, I'll exorcise you.
Comforting. And with perhaps a little bit more flair than he would have in previous chapters.
No.
Pull the sheet off of whatever this piece of presumably furniture is.
A thin phantom shape in a navy polo and khakis peers back at our investigators. What sort of twisted portrait of Dorian Gray could this be? A small flash of surprise illuminates the figure's face before twisting itself into a grin of recognition. You were right. It's just a mirror. Alistair, meet Alistair.
I immediately recoil from the horrifying...
Nothing more horrifying than seeing yourself.
I instinctively recoil from this this moment of the terrifying prospect of having to have self-knowledge.
I want people to make their own self-insert OCs for Saint, because he can't date Alistair anymore.
I have to salvage this somehow. I don't know how. We gotta get this man some better fucking clothes.
I'm taking him to at least, like, a fucking Target. Just like any normal man clothes. The fact that he tucks in his polos makes me want to fucking throw up. I can't. I love him so much, and I love him, like, in spite of, which is not a phrase I use often.
I'm trying to think about what, like, if he didn't tuck in his polos, like, where
you could
where
at least do,
would
like,
we
the
be?
partial tuck, right? You know? Like, the casual, like, just gonna tuck in the front a little bit. Anyway, in all seriousness,
Okay.
you look in the mirror and you see yourself.
Yeah.
Despite everything, it's still you.
Yeah.
And the mirror just looks like a mirror. Like, it doesn't have any weird, like, warping or stains or anything.
No. I'll say that even despite the kind of canvas draped over it, there's just like a thin layer of, it's, you know, just like dust, but like kind of that smudgy kind of grime surface to it.
Okay. Is there an angle by which I can see the reflection of the candle in the mirror?
Oh.
Ooh.
Sure, I'm going to say after the like initial surprise of, you know, seeing your own face where you weren't expecting it, you maybe kind of, and also to move the canvas, you kind of maybe take a step back and to the side to kind of, you know, I guess maybe even make room for Saint to see as well.
Yeah.
And at that angle, yeah, the mirror and the candle are in like direct line of sight of each other, where when you took that step back, you could see behind you, and there's the candle in the reflection.
Is there anything unusual about the reflection of the candle?
Oh, sure. Candle's not lit on the other side.
Oh! That's funky.
Mirror verse, clap, 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 clap.
Like,
I was holding something so I couldn't clap.
huh. Can I, so I can't, in the reflection, the candle is not lit. Is that curtain behind it behaving the same way in the reflection?
Sure.
What I would like to do, now that we have this layout, and just to clarify what it is for people listening who didn't see the picture and were confused like me, you walk in the door, there's piles of junk on either side, you go further, candle is to the right, mirror is to the left, so they are facing each other on the back wall of the room. On opposite sides of the room.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to touch the mirror.
I see Saint starting to do this and brace myself. I am not sure for what.
Sure. How do you touch it?
Just with my fingertips. I just kind of do like more like a tap, like a reach out, touch, pull my hand back if I can.
Sure.
If I can, while keeping the candle in my view.
You reach forward and touch it ever so kind of gently, and it sounds like maybe briefly with your fingertips.
Mm-hmm. I'll reach out, give it like a 3 count, and then pull my hand back.
Sure. Before recoiling backwards, although very calmly. Your reflection is exactly what you would expect. That's Saint Garcia Flores, agnostic exorcist and freelancer. It's maybe as you kind of begin to pull your hand back that you notice the hand in the reflection doesn't look like your hand. You see the face of someone you haven't interacted with before, but you've certainly seen before in his funerary photo.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Surrounded by that floral funerary wreath.
Oh, my longest yeah boy ever.
Even though he's faint and transparent, that's unmistakable. That's Philip Creek.
Is he looking at me?
He's looking directly at you.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
If I stand, because I was crouching, if I stand up, does he also move? Is he like moving with me?
No, he stays on the ground.
Okay. I'll crouch again then to be on his level. That seems rude.
He kind of shifts back on his heels and then sits crisscross applesauce on the ground across from you.
Oh, Philip.
He is wearing a brown and orange checkered dress shirt, some dark jeans. You can see his goofy looking brown chin strap beard and white eyes without the pupils.
Gross.
But there's something there. There's a real sense of spirit on the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Just not here in this world anymore.
Okay. Can I see this too?
Yeah, you can see it as well.
I think Alistair's like... He's trying to be ready to react somehow. I don't know that he knows what would be the most useful way to react to this. But he's definitely going to be try to be ready in case Saint needs him to do question mark.
Something. Right.
He continues looking directly at you. Nods.
Okay, great. Are you the one who did these candles?
He nods his head no. Lifts one hand up and kind of does a half-half gesture.
You did it with someone else. Okay. Was Macy involved?
He nods no.
As in he shakes his head?
He shakes his head no.
Okay.
I realized what I said.
Are the candles why you're stuck here? Are they why you can't move on?
He nods no again. By which I mean he shakes his head no again.
Okay.
I'll say that again. He shakes his head no again.
Okay. God, I wish I could ask what would happen if we blew out the candles. Here's my thought, RE candle situation. I don't want to start blowing them out until we know where all of them are. Because that feels like a timed event in a video game where you blow one out and it's like, great, you have 5 minutes to blow them all out or go fuck yourself.
Yeah, yes, that I would agree with that. I think we should try to figure out... Also, we should try to figure out what the fuck is gonna happen when we do blow them out, perhaps, before we do it.
I also want to confirm what they do.
Yeah, are they keeping something worse from happening?
Yeah. Are the candles for protection?
He nods his head yes.
Okay. From something other...
He sees you kind of... He sees you kind of stalling out on that question and points down, tapping the ground as he does.
To protect the bar?
He raises one of his hands and kind of gestures broadly in a dish shape.
To protect the town.
He nods yes.
Okay. God, part of me is trying to think, like, if I blow on the, like, breathe hot air on the mirror, you know, and you could draw in it, if I did that, if he'd be able to write in it, but I think that's my side of the mirror, not his, so I don't think that would count. Alright, let's try something here. And I'll blow hot air and, like, fog up the mirror and say, could you tell me where all the candles are?
He lifts one hand and sticks out one index finger and draws a very, very rough map of the town.
Okay.
As his index finger slides across the glass, you can almost hear a scraping through the mirror.
Gross.
He draws 5 points that you can kind of identify based off of this rough approximation. One in the church, one in his house, one in the trailer park, one in the bar, and one on that island.
Okay.
Boom.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not a perfect pentagon. It's kind of fat and squashed. But it's 5 points.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I will take note of that. Were you protecting the town from something like supernatural, or was it like trying to protect the town from? I know that someone was trying to buy the bar. I know a lot of people lost their jobs. You know, one thing at a time, I guess. Supernatural protection.
He opens his mouth and keeps his jaw kind of wide open, and you can tell he's miming for additional breath.
Okay, I do that.
Very slowly writes the word stranger. And then an arrow downward.
Out of character, I'm thinking to Z, I am thinking stranger can either mean capital S, some kind of being named like the stranger. That is definitely something that comes up.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff. Or there's a new stranger in town, or whoever, like the stranger who is trying to buy the bar, maybe. Like, I'm trying to.
Yeah. I mean, I think
if you want to kick in at any
yeah,
point,
I was gonna
free.
say this is an interesting scenario where I think initially the last time we talked to some kind of haunting, Alistair was reliant on Saint for that communication. But
yeah, no,
I think
cut in, brother.
It takes him a second to realize, oh, there's nothing stopping me from also asking questions.
And yeah, Alistair, you can see this whole apparition.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah, this is the first. You've seen shimmers of light before, but this is a capital A apparition.
This is the first, like, whole ass ghost.
Yeah, what's your reaction to that?
I think, like, almost every situation, Alistair's, like, immediate reaction is curiosity. I think he will, like, think through the fucking implications of this at a later date. But I think it takes him a minute to, like, realize that this is different than it was at Springfield Lodge. Yeah. I think he wouldn't have, I don't think he would have made it as far as he did in the department by not having his first reaction to this kind of shit be like, I'm curious, and if I'm gonna freak out about it, I'm gonna do it later. So I think he kind of, like, shakes himself off a little bit after having sat there like, what the actual fuck is going on? And also, like, oh yeah, Saint has to talk to, oh wait, hang on, this isn't Saint talking to a ghost, like, with his Saint shit that I don't understand how it works. This is just, like, I can also see this. And so in response to that, I think he's gonna kind of also, like, like, following Saint's example, kind of crouch down a little bit, and ask Was it a stranger who was trying to buy the bar?
It's silent, but you can see him laughing.
Okay.
It's just a light chuckle.
Sure.
Perhaps making clear there's a bit of a misunderstanding, but he's obviously struggling to communicate. Like when someone gets the wrong answer in charades, and it causes you to break a little bit.
You gotta like, you're like, wait, how the fuck did you get there? Hang on, what did I say that made you think that?
He kind of waves off his own laugh, before gesturing kind of behind himself, almost like pointing back with his thumb. Maybe not indicating a direction, but indicating the idea that you need to go further back.
Whatever this is, whatever it was that the town needed protecting against, was this a system of protection that you created, or was it one that you inherit? Yes or no questions. Did you inherit this?
He nods his head yes.
Okay.
From your grandparents?
He nods his head yes again.
Mm.
You remember the grave that you saw earlier for Constance and Eugene Creek.
Were they the first?
He shakes his head no, and once again does the further back gesture. He opens his mouth, indicating air again.
I provide.
He draws a straight vertical line and then attaches 5 little circles
Okay.
at kind of even spaces.
So his, like, great-great-grandparents.
And then, yeah, kind of circles that topmost circle as to indicate here.
Okay.
And yeah, as you inferred, generations.
5 generations. Yeah. Can I do I, Ezra, am extremely bad at math. Can I do some kind of...
That's more than 4.
Oh, fuck. I was really confused there for a second.
I got you. Anytime. Less than 6 if it helps.
Can I kind of try to extrapolate a, like... Because I feel like I have an idea of when the town was, like, founded. You know, I found those records. Would that be... I'm assuming that's not long enough ago to coincide with, like, the town being founded. Is that...
Oh.
I mean, 5 generations is, like, roughly 100 to 120 years, probably. Because you usually do, like, 20 to 25 years, sure. I assume.
And the town was founded in 1875.
Okay, so it's... Oh, so it could be as long as or nearly as long as the town has existed.
Mm-hmm. I believe I said, if that wasn't the exact year, I said, like, between, like, 1875, 1890, somewhere around there.
Okay.
I'm genuinely blanking on the exact year I gave several episodes ago.
Fair.
But yes, you can kind of line those up and think like, oh, that was when this was first settled.
So this stranger is more of a supernatural being than a literal person.
He gives you that half and half gesture again.
Okay.
Is it always the same person or entity?
He nods his head yes again.
Okay, so it's not a matter of, like, something, like some kind of recurrent... And I'll say this out loud. It's not a matter of some kind of recurrent possession.
He kind of squints his eyes a little bit, almost like he doesn't quite, like, grapple with the concept. Before a moment later, shaking his head and going,
okay.
Like with that kind of furrowed
of, like,
a facial expression.
Truly a, like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Less so if I'm to literally verbalize what he could be saying, more of a, no. Like, it takes him a second and he goes, oh, no, not the case.
Okay.
But like that, I say it like that to communicate that, oh, it didn't even occur to him that could be.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, God, this is so fucking weird.
Well, I'm glad that we didn't blow out those fucking candles.
I am also extremely glad that we did not blow out those fucking candles.
Let's back it up and reverse it here. Philip, but outside of the candles and all that stuff, clearly important, something I want to get back to if you have, I was going to say if you have the time, but the answer is presumably yes. I don't know. I don't want to assume. Was your death an accident?
He shakes his head no.
Okay.
Yeah, alright.
For a moment, after he does that, his head kind of jerks backwards a little bit. Not in a scary, supernatural way, but like he heard something behind him.
Do we hear something here on our side?
No. He angles his body in such a way, like he's trying to catch a glimpse of a car in a driveway. It's a really innocuous gesture. When he looks back at you, there's a look of abject fear on his face.
Oh, shit.
Is
Okay,
there anything behind us? Oh, fuck. Oh, I don't like... Okay. Okay, whew, we're fine.
You look behind you. There's nothing there.
Okay.
When you look back, there's no one else in the mirror.
Shit. That's not... That's
Okay,
me. That's
I was
not
gonna say,
Alistair.
like, go, Philip, go. Like, you got a boogeyman if there's something on your ass. Okay, I'm gonna cover up the mirror again.
Smart.
And make it look like we haven't touched anything. I'd like to kind of sneak over to the window by the candle and peek my head out.
Mm-hmm.
Anything there?
Lefty's car has pulled in to the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, maybe not,
See you in 2 weeks.
given Philip's fucking reaction.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Hell yeah, that's so cool! Oh, sorry, that was really loud.
We just talked to a ghost. You just talked to your first ghost.
What you've been listening to was ParaScience, a glimpse into a world unknown. It is an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players are Ezra Kaye as Man in Black Alister McAndrews, and Matty Trumbo-Gomes as capable young man St. Garcia Flores. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show, with editing assistance by Matty Trumbo-Gomes. Our theme song was by the incorporeal Johnny Rinaldo, and our logo was created by the haunted visage of Terra Bosart. This show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. You can check out our website and all of our other shows at infinitybreak.net, and I would encourage you to join the haunted chorus of voices at the Infinity Break fan Discord, bit.ly/Infinity Talk. That's capital I Infinity, capital T Talk. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/Infinity Break, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. Finally, if you listen through Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. Reviews help us rise in the podcasting charts and help more people stumble across our show like a body in the woods. That's all for now. Let ParaScience gaze back at you like a face in the mirror that isn't yours.